Now let's take a look at the various reporting options within Beyond Software. There are two main ways of getting data out of the Beyond Software system. One is through using the consoles, and the other is through using the classic reports. Consoles, a customizable way of querying and grouping data. There's a number of high-level consoles available out of the box, such as the Project Console, which provides a very high-level overview of project information, down to a Project Task Summary console, which shows information broken out by project and task, all the way down to a transaction-level detail. Another handy console is the Project Transaction Pending and Build console. When you first launch this console, you're presented with the default view. Go ahead and execute it to see what kind of data comes back. This console is handy because it shows all of the billable and potentially billable items that are logged in the system. It's nice because you can see things like pending timesheets, which are transactions that haven't even been processed or approved yet, to help give an idea of what might be coming down the pipe in terms of billable hours or expenses. From here you can do things like grouping. I can grab a column, drag it up, and now all my transactions are grouped by project ID. And if I want to see the details, now I can expand to see those details. I can group by other columns as well, just simply by dragging and dropping. So maybe I'll group by journal type. Now I can expand on my project, and now I see a summary by journal type. So I have 17 processed expense report items, and I have 5 submitted expense reports. And I can see subtotals for each of those line types. If I want to drill into those details, I can expand on that. You can also move around the columns, hide columns, and add columns. So task description, if I don't want to see that, I can simply right-click, hide it, and it's gone. If I want to add a new column, I can manage columns and see all of the available columns for this console. You can see there's quite a list of choices here. The consoles don't stop there. You can resort by the columns, you can get the summary, totals, totals overall, and when you expand down to the detail item, you also have a handy link that can jump you directly to that transaction. I can simply click on the document number, and it takes me directly to that source transaction. So in this case it was an expense report, so it takes me to that original expense report entry screen. Now that I've gotten things arranged how I like, maybe I like this grouping and filtering and column selection, you can also save this information by selecting Save View, and I can save it as a new view, and I can then choose, do I want to make this view my default? Yes, I do. So now every time I load this console, it's going to take me directly to this view. I also get to choose whether I want to share this view with other users in the system. Finally, there's also an export option. Expand on some transactions here, and so now when I export, I can export these transactions to Excel, and now within Excel it exports it using the same grouping options that I selected in the parent. So now from Excel I can expand on this, I can see all my transactions, and do all that great stuff in Excel that you expect. So the consoles within Beyond Software are extremely useful and provide an excellent reporting and starting point for most users of the system. In addition to consoles, there's quite a number of reports as well. All the reports within Beyond Software are SQL Server Reporting Services reports. We can view the list of standard reports by going to Reports. And we can see there's a number of reports ranging from aging to cash to customer lists, employee lists, GL trial balance, and quite a number of different project reports. We can pick on one here, say the Project Time Report. In each of these reports, you'll be initially prompted with various report options. The report options are specific to the report and give you control over what level of detail you're going to see on the report, the date range that you want to view the report for, and often you will get an option to filter data on the report. When you're ready to run it, you can select View Report. If I wanted to change the options, I can simply select Change the Report Options for this report. And maybe this time I'm going to filter by project. So I'm going to select maybe these two specific projects. I'll say OK. And now I'll select View Report again. Now I can see I'm viewing the transactions just for those two projects that I selected. Once I'm happy with the report, you can of course print it to a printer if you so choose. You can also export the report to a file. There's a number of standard file formats such as Adobe, Excel, Word. If this is a report that I plan to run often, I can actually add this report to my favorites menu. And when I do this, I can give it a friendly name, and I can have it save those report options that I initially selected so that I don't have to select those every time. Once added, it'll show up under the favorites menu as a favorite. Finally, I can also send this report to another user. If I want them to see this, I can simply select send, select what user I want to show this report to, enter my subject and message, and select send.